Hello and welcome to this new lesson in which we are going to see this ESP version 1 Duet board. As you can see, ESP-32. This little board supports Wi-Fi connection, so you can easily connect it to the internet without any external modules. And in this lesson, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this board and why you can use it instead of using Arduino and the capabilities that it has. Now, the Duet ESP-32 Dev Kit version 1 is one of the development board created by Duet to evaluate the ESP-32 module. It is based on the ESP-32 microcontroller that boasts Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Ethernet, and low power support, all in a single chip. As you can see, it's a very small chip. Now, regarding the pin mapping of this board, you can see from here that we have a reset button on the left side, and on the right side we have a boot button. This is the USB port, as you can see, for the serial connection with your computer. It's very similar to the one used in mobile phones, so you can use a mobile data cable. Now, these are the general purpose input-output pins, and here on the left and right we have the ground and power pins. As you can see, here we have 3.3 volt ground and a LED, and here we have VN and the ground. Then we have the general purpose input-output pins. We will explain the pin diagram in more details in the coming lessons, but as you can see, this is what the IC or the board has, and you can see that it has a lot of SMD elements. That's why it's very small. And pin number 2, general purpose input-output pin number 2, has a LED attached directly to it. So you can see here that we have two LEDs, one for power and the other one for pin number 2, or general purpose input-output pin number 2. Why you should use this board? It's very similar to Arduino. We will program it using the very same software that we use to program Arduino, and this will make your life way much easier. It has built-in Wi-Fi, so you don't have to attach anything. You can directly connect it to the internet. That's why it's used in Internet of Things projects. It's widely available, and it has a lot of libraries and support online. Now, let's talk about this board properties. Regarding the main properties of this board, it has operating voltage of 3.3 volt. The input voltage can be between 7 and 12 volt for optimal performance, but it can also work with the 5 volts from your USB port. It has digital input-output pins, 25 digital input-output pins, and it also has analog input pins that supports analog signals up to 6, and it has analog output pins up to 2 digital to analog converters. It supports SPI, I2C, and UART. Its flash memory is very large, 4 megabytes. The SRAM is about 520 kilobytes, and the clock speed is 240 megahertz. It also has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built-in, integrated, so you don't have to do anything. And the power to that board is supplied via the onboard USB micro, which is here, as you can see. This is the main power supply for the board, or directly via the VN pin. We have a VN pin here. I think that you can see it, VN. This pin can be used to supply power. The power source is selected automatically. You don't have to switch between them using the software. Now, the device can operate on an external supply of 6 to 20 volts. If you are using more than 12 volt, the voltage regulator may overheat. As you can see here, we have a voltage regulator on board, and in that case, that might damage the device. So the recommended voltage is 7 to 12. You might risk and use it on a power supply above 12 volt, but I think that you should stick with the 7 to 12 volt notice. Now you can, or not, now you can program it using Arduino IDE software, and we are going to explain how you can make your Arduino software recognize this ESP-32 board and program it using the very same coding methodology used in Arduino. We have explained everything in details in this course, and I'm sure that you will enjoy playing around with this board. Now, what I really like about this board and what makes this board a way much better than Arduino is the Wi-Fi connectivity. This is why this is an IoT or Internet of Things board. If you are working on a project and you want to, let's say, connect it online and control it using a web page, this is the board that you can use. It's very cheap and it's very effective in doing that. And if you are looking to replace your Arduino, then this is the board that you must replace your Arduino with, because it has a lot of properties, a lot of built-in modules, and it runs out of the box. You don't have let's say complex programming. You can program it using the very same Arduino code. Now let me show you how you can connect it. As you can see, this is a breadboard, and usually you have to stick your board, your ESP board, here on your breadboard and start taking wires from here and to LEDs or buttons or any other thing. Now if you want to connect it to the power supply, you have to bring a mobile USB cable. I have one right here, as you can see. This is a USB cable, not a USB-C, no, the normal type. So all what you have to do is simply bring this board and stick, as you can see, you have to stick it the right way. That's it. This is how you can simply connect your board to your power supply. Now, in the next lesson, we are going to explain the pin out in more details, but as you can see, we have D pins. D means digital pin. The pins that has RX and TX are for serial communication, and the ground and power pins are shown. As you can see, this is the boot button and this is the reset or enable button. Down here the board doesn't have anything. You can buy the board, and sometimes they don't attach these breakout headers. You have to purchase them alone, or you have to purchase them on your own and solder them here on these two. And here we have 2 and 4 holes to stick the board using screws. That's it. It's very similar to Arduino board when it comes to the pins and how to interact and deal with them, but it has a way much more functionality. This is why I recommend using it. And the Wi-Fi functionality is straightforward. You can simply open up Arduino examples and open Wi-Fi example and start programming this board. But again, you have to download the software library that is compatible with this board and attach it to Arduino. All of these things are explained in the course, so you don't have to worry about anything. This is the board that we are going to use. You can use any other ESP board. Same things are apply for all of the boards, just a little bit different when it comes to the pin out and the main characteristics, like let's say the crystal, the CPU speed, the RAM, the amount of available memory, the amount of available pins. Other than that, I think that this board is the future of Internet of Things, and everyone is now using it, so it's a trending thing, and I think that you should learn it. Now, in the coming lessons, we are going to also explain how to control separated pins, digital pins, analog pins, and how this board has internal touch sensors. So you will learn also how to use the internal touch sensors. You will learn how to control servo motors, how to use PWM signals, and other stuff. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching,